Hello Panda Warriors and welcome to our Halloween video. Now, I actually had started this recording maybe like 10 minutes ago. I've already got the top off my pumpkin. I talked a little bit about some of the Halloween costumes I had, but for some reason when I pressed record it just didn't record. So we're gonna redo it. That's okay. I didn't get too far into it. We just got to the bit where I was taking the top off my pumpkin. I'm now working on trying to get all the guts out, which I was saying is probably like my least favorite part of the pumpkin. But so today what I wanted to do was carve my my Halloween pumpkin with you guys. Every single year I carve not for every single year. Well, for the last like maybe 5 or so years I think I decided. I have been carving a pumpkin in the shape of with a carve out of one of the Disney princesses. I've done Belle, I've done I've done Belle, I've done Cinderella, I've done Snow White, I've done Ariel, and this year I am doing Sleeping Beauty. So I want to take you guys along on this journey. And also while I'm doing this, what I want to do is chat about some of my past Halloween costumes that I have had. So I was an avid Halloween trick-or-treater goer in my youth. I had a lot of costumes that I went as. I went trick-or-treating for quite a few years, maybe up until like maybe high school and middle school, I want to say. So my plan is to rate everything on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not great, 10 being spectacular, wonderful, would wear it at this point in time in my life. Yeah, I think that's what I got for now. Oh, also, disclaimer, if you're my mom. So my mom, and even if you're not my mom made a lot of these costumes. She is amazing when it comes to the sewing machine, and just growing up when I was younger, most of my costumes, most of my siblings' costumes were handmade by my mom. She did a spectacular job, as you will see in some of these pictures, and some of the pictures, and all the pictures she did a spectacular job. So I just want to preface this by saying that ratings are not based off of how the costume looks on me, because I know, oh, there's Dottie. I know they all look amazing because my mom did an amazing job. They're more so on the, would I wear it now? How do I feel looking back at it? Things like that. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into the very, very first one. Now, this was not my first Halloween costume, of course. I'm going to let Dottie in real quick. Okay, this was not my very first Halloween costume. I want to say this was maybe, I don't know what year this was actually, but I was the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz. And overall, I really, really like this costume. It's very different. It's very unique. My mom did a spectacular job at making this costume. You can't really see the pants as well, but the pants, the detailing, just everything, really chef's kiss on this one. I remember the sleeves being like a little itchy. Not like itchy, but like I remember the sleeves being like just a little itchy. But that's what you're gonna get when you have hay stuffed inside your arms, I guess. So for this costume in particular, I think I just got done reading this one. I think I gave it a, oops, sorry, hold on. The girls are going to be in and out of this one. I apologize for all the little pitter-pattering noises and all the distractions and stuff like that. The girls are going to be around here. If they get too bad, I'll probably kick them out, but they're interested, they're curious, they want to hang out with me, so that's what we're doing. Oh, no, but Scarecrow. I am going to give it a 7 out of 10. Cute, wonderful. I don't know if I would wear it, costume, I would love the costume. Don't know if I would like personally go as a Scarecrow as like right now, nowadays. So but yeah, I think 7 out of 10 is where I'm gonna put the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz. All right, next up I have, okay, I'm gonna show you guys the picture, and what I would love for you to do is just go into the comments section, let me know, what do you think, okay, would you girl stop it, and just let me know, what do you think I am in this picture? What do you think I am dressed as? I'm just gonna give you a second. I'll just be scraping out the inside of my pumpkin. What do you think I am in this picture? All right, hopefully you have your guesses and you have your thoughts and all that stuff. Now, if you were like very many of the people that I saw while trick-or-treating, of the grown-up variety, you would say that I was a bride. And it's true. I have a very bride-esque, I got a veil going on, I do have a very bride-ish look. You would be wrong, unfortunately. I was not a bride this year. I was a ghost. I remember when I had first came up with the idea of wanting to be a ghost for Halloween, I wanted like a really classic Charlie Brown ghost, sheet over my head with 2 little holes cutting from my eyes, and that was it. It was a real simple ghost kind of vibe is what I was going for. Either fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it. My mom, like I said, amazing when it comes to the sewing machine, amazing when it comes to just her creative genius and mind when it comes to costumes and outfits and things like that. Want to take it a little bit of a step further than a sheet with some holes cut into it. So she made me this costume instead. So yeah, I remember getting my face painted first because my face was painted white for this to complete the ghost effect, as you will. And I just remember getting my face painted white and thinking, this isn't what I was looking for, this is what I was expecting, but that's all right. You know what, looking back on it, we'd laugh, and that's what really matters at the end of the day, is that you can look back on it and you can say, yeah, that was something, that was cute, that was fun. So I think out of a 10, it's a great costume. You know what? It's overall the best ghost, the most not try hard in like a bad way, but like the most try hard ghost in the entire world. So I think I am going to give it I want to give it a 5 or like maybe a 5.5 out of 10. I would give it higher, but just wasn't what I was picturing when I don't know. It's a great costume though. But maybe a 5, I would say maybe would I dress like this right now if I was to want to go as a ghost? Probably not. This is probably not the look I would go with. So I'm gonna say maybe a 5.5 to maybe a 6. Maybe a 6 out of 10. I'm gonna go with the ghost. Alright, I think for the most part I got my pumpkin fairly cleaned out now that I look inside of it. I'm seeing, oh Daddy, you don't need to lick my pumpkin, that's okay, thank you though. I'm seeing a little bit, okay. That's it, okay, I think I'm good. I got my pumpkin cleared out for the most part on the inside. I'm ready to start stabbing it and to start carving it. Alright, but before I do that, let's take a look at another costume. Alright, so this next Halloween costume is it's a classic, it's a good one, it's a classic, it's a witch. I was a witch, I think twice actually, for Halloween. This was not my first time being a witch. I was a witch when I was much, much younger. So because of that, love the costume, love the hair, love the outfit in general. Good, very classic looking witch. But because it is a repeat costume, and I think I did it better, I'm gonna be honest. I think I did it better when I was small. I'm gonna give this maybe a 4 out of 10, you know? It's not as cute, it's not as creative as my first witch costume, which I think you'll see a little bit later on. So 4 out of 10 for this witch costume. Alright, so I'm just going to take a second to like really focus, excuse me Daddy. I'm going to take a second just to really focus and get this pasted down. I have a marker, which you don't need to sniff the tape, that's okay. I have a marker. I've never used a marker to like trace out the different shapes on, I think I might need different tape. This is not very good tape. I've got a marker just in case to like trace out the shapes. Never tried that before, but I'm wondering if it might help just a little bit. Like I do one of these, here I am for running back. I do one of these just about every single year, but nevertheless, I still get kind of frustrated with them. I love them, but I also get really frustrated with them just because of all the like the little details and stuff like that, and hard it can be sometimes to know which line is connected to what. So, yeah, I might, please don't lick my pumpkin. I might give it a go, trying to draw the shapes out. Excuse you. I might try to draw some of the shapes out as well. So I'm gonna grab some better tape because this tape is no good. Alright, as I get to the point of taping this down, I would really like to hear from you guys as well. Just some of your past Halloween costumes, whether it can be when you're younger or just maybe with what you're going with this year for Halloween. But love to hear about some of your various Halloween costumes. So please leave those down in the comment section down below. We'd love to see and hear about all either the classic or the maybe more obscure Halloween various creatures that you dressed up as over the years. I think she's taped down. It's as good as it's gonna get. I think I'm gonna try doing little stabs, and then maybe I might like remove, I might remove like the red pieces to maybe to like draw out the line so it's easier to follow along. So this is probably going to take a little bit of a concentration. So before you jump into that, let's look at one more Halloween costume. A classic as well. This is Dorothy, as I'm sure you can tell. This is Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Was the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz, and then it was Dorothy. I don't remember which one came first, if it was Dorothy first or if it was the Scarecrow first. I want to say it was probably Dorothy first, and then the Scarecrow, but very, very cute costume. Very, very cute little, we got ourselves like a little Toto dog, a little stuffed animal dog that we put in a basket, and overall, again, adorable outfit. I love the way my hair is tied up in this with like the little bows as well. Dorothy, I think maybe I would give Dorothy I kind of almost want to say 8 out of 10, which I think is the highest I've done so far. I want to give Dorothy an 8 out of 10, I think, because I would honestly go as Dorothy, and I would go as this Dorothy with this costume right now today, this Halloween, if the option was there. So I'm going to give Dorothy an 8 out of 10. And with that, I'm going to set the girls aside, maybe see if they want to go outside, and get to poking this pumpkin. All right, I feel like I'm maybe about halfway done with her hair. I'll show you what I got so far. I mean, you can't really see it but there's holes all over the stencil. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm just about maybe halfway through her hair, so I figure I'll take a little bit of a break. I'm done poking my pumpkin just for a second. And let's take a look at the next outfit. Okay, so for this Halloween costume, I am obviously Cleopatra. I really, really, really liked this costume. I feel like maybe parts of this costume were bought, but other pieces like my mom like added and embellished and kind of put together. So part of this costume I think was bought, but part of it was also kind of like embellished as well. I really, really like this. Cleopatra was a lot of fun. I feel like I felt very pretty in it, and I really liked all the little snake details in it as well. Again, the wig, immaculate. She definitely dyed my hair black, but so when it comes to Cleopatra, I feel like I would wear, maybe not this exact one, maybe this exact one. I feel like I would wear Cleopatra right now. I could be Cleopatra. Maybe I'd get a different wig, but you know, it's as good as a wig as you're gonna get. Maybe I want to give Cleopatra maybe a 7. Maybe a 7 or an 8. Like a 7.5. I'm gonna go 7.5 out of 10 for Miss Cleopatra. I feel like I would wear Cleopatra now. Okay, I'm just gonna do some real quick little stabbings and stuff like that. So growing up, like I said, my mom made a lot of the costumes. I've got multiple brothers and sister. So yeah, we never, at least as far as I can remember, I don't really remember going really as very many themed things, even though we definitely could have. I don't remember, I think maybe when we were younger, like little, my brother and I, because he was the second born, I think we did a couple of like groupie kind of costumes, you know, because it just made sense for like little kids to have them wear something that was like similar to each other. So I don't know if they're pictured. I think the one, and I don't know if they ever found a picture of it and to send to me, but the one I'm thinking of, I went as Cinderella, and my mom did the most amazing job on my Cinderella costume. I just remember loving it so much. And yeah, I wish I had that I mean, I'm sure we have it somewhere, but I wish I had a Cinderella costume that looked that good and that fit me, because it was a beautiful Cinderella dress, you guys. I really hope that we found a picture of it to show you guys. I'm sorry for you guys missing out if I didn't, but no, my Cinderella costume was the most beautiful thing in the entire world. And I think if there was going to be a 10 out of 10, I think it would have been that Cinderella costume, because it was absolutely immaculate. I think she did such a good job. I remember feeling so pretty in it. So yeah. But yeah, so I think then my brother was like a prince or a knight or something like that. And then I remember being younger and going with my brother as Mickey and Minnie Mouse at one point in time. That one was really cute as well. So yeah, we did a couple like little coupley, not coupley, but like partner, like group costumes like that. when I was younger, but not as many as you would have thought of with as many kids as there was. All right, not Cinderella, but another Disney princess, a classic. This is Snow White. It makes me miss how wonderful the Cinderella outfit was, but Snow White, another great Disney princess in general. I don't remember if this one was my mom made this one or not. It's really well done. I can't really tell the difference I mean, in like the best way possible. I can't really tell the difference if my mom made this one or not. If you did, good on you. If not, that's okay. But no, I would go with Snow White. I don't know if I would wear this costume though. And I'm a really big fan nowadays of, did feel like I did a lot of black wigs, especially back when I was younger. But I think if I was to redo a Snow White, as much as I know my hair is not Snow White hair, I think maybe I would just wear my hair as it is for Snow White. Because I these wigs are just too unruly for me, I think. So, would wear Snow White. Don't know if I would wear this Snow White and this wig. So I am going to give Snow White maybe a 6, like a 6.5 or a 6 out of 10. All right, her hair is done. I'm just finishing out, stabbing out her eyebrows, and then her face, like her lips and stuff like that. And then I think we will be just about done. So I'll do that while I'm doing that. Maybe let's just do one more really quick. I was Spot for Halloween this year. This was my very, very first Halloween. I was a November baby, which means I was almost a full years old when I had my first Halloween. So this was my little Spot costume. Super, super cute, super, super sweet. So yeah, you can enjoy that. Enjoy little baby Amanda. For my first Halloween costume, almost forgot to rank it. For it being my first Halloween costume, I think it was adorable. I think it was really, really perfect. Being a little dog, especially how much I love animals now, it just feels really, really fitting. So I think would I go as this particular dog? Maybe not, but maybe I would go as a dog again. You know, I could see myself dressing up as a dog. Maybe. I think maybe I would go with, let's get this one. She's really cute though. She's really cute. I'm gonna give it maybe an 8.5 out of 10, I think. Okay, so I'm seeing on this stencil that there are like a lot of blue parts as well. And I'm just not entirely sure how to approach those blue parts. I think maybe I'm just gonna just like not do those parts, and we'll see how it looks, and if I need to, I will kind of carve them out as well. But I think I'm at a point where I could possibly peel off most of this. Okay, all right, let me finish up the final stenciling and then I will show you what I got so far. Okay, so let me just really quick show you what I got. It's not, oh, hold on, I forgot to do her chin, or her, like, little, like, neck bit. I don't know, some of these lines are pretty thin, so it's gonna be hard, but I would say overall, definitely would recommend using that marker. You can kind of see it a little bit better. I'm gonna hold on, let me hold her up to you. This is what she looks like. Wow, she looks really great on the camera. This is what she looks like so far, kind of stenciled out. And now I will go on to the carving bit. So let me just get myself going, and then we will look at another costume. All right, so the hair is underway. It's going pretty well, I feel like. Some of them are like really, really thin and small, and so I'm a little nervous about like them breaking, I guess, the slits in between them breaking. But overall, so far, it's going really, really well. I haven't had any problems yet. My arm's getting a little tired, but I haven't had any problems yet, which is good to see. Maybe I need to switch over to a slightly bigger. I want a bigger knife because they're easier to grasp onto. They don't hurt as much, but also I'm afraid if I have to grab a bigger knife, it will maybe also give me like less control. So let me just get this part out and then we will do another costume. Okay, so let's move on. Now that I got that bit of hair done, let's move on to, and I don't want to wipe her off because I'm afraid to look at it. I'm afraid that I'm gonna lose some of the black marker bit. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, this was my first witch. This was my first witch costume. Adorable, so cute. Loved this one very, very much. It's got originality in the fact that it was my first witch costume. Also, the fact that you could also see my normal hair underneath the wig, iconic. Beautiful, wonderful. I don't know which Halloween this was for me. Part of me wants to say maybe it was my second. I really don't know. But it was super cute. So this particular witch costume, I think I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for this witch costume. Oh, this was a later one. I went as the Phantom of the Opera, if you cannot tell. Phantom of the Opera was my very first musical I ever watched, and I loved it so much. Team Phantom all the way. So yeah, the Phantom. Oh, you're gonna, honey, please don't lick my pumpkin. You're gonna get your tongue cut. I don't want that. No, Phantom of the Opera, great costume. I don't know if I would wear it. Now, this is not probably a costume I would go with in this day, not this day and age, but like at this age of myself, I would not go as the Phantom of the Opera, even though I loved this costume. First time wearing a suit of that sort, so that was fun. I'm gonna cut the little mask part, great. I'm going to maybe give it maybe a 6 out of 10. I think I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I liked it at the time. It was what I wanted to do. Could have dressed as Christine, but no, had to go as the Phantom. But no, I think I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. All right, and with that, I think she is done. Okay, give me just here, rough copy. Let me just been sitting on pumpkin this entire time. All right, rough copy. She hasn't been cleaned up. Here she is though. There she is in all her glory. Let me just give me a couple seconds to clean her up, get all the stuff out that's on the inside. But I'm feeling really good, you guys. Last year, who was it? Was it Cinderella? Maybe it was Cinderella last year. I can't quite remember who I did last year. But I just remember feeling so defeated and so by the end of it. But I'm feeling really, really good about Miss Sleeping Beauty over here. So just give me a couple seconds to clean her up. Maybe I'll run her under the faucet just to make all the black stuff go away. And maybe I'll do, hold on, because she needs some cleanup areas. So let me just see if I can't. This has been just a timestamp, I guess, for you guys. I've been kind of stopping and starting the video, so I'm not quite sure how long this is going to look for you guys. Hamper, hey. I'm not sure how long this video is going to look for you guys because I've been stopping and starting the video because otherwise I would be recording for way too long. But this in real time has taken me just about 2 hours. So I don't think it's the longest I've spent on a pumpkin. I feel like I've gone longer, but there was a lot of things in this one that I feel like little details and stuff like that I feel like I did really well at. So give me just a couple seconds to finish cleaning her up, and then I'll show you a final product, and then we will take it's perfect because in the time that I have started and ended this, it has gotten dark. So we will take her out in the back and we can light her up and I can show you what she looks like. So just give me 1 second. All right, I've gotten her as cleaned up as I possibly can. Some of the little black marks are still there, but that's okay because I feel like it makes it so you can see her better. Here is her little hat on. And let's take her outside. Okay, so excuse the lighting and everything, but I got the pumpkin. I'm hoping you can hear me. I got the pumpkin. I've got the candles inside of it. I've got 3, so I'm going to
No? Okay. Now these up on the picnic table. And we are going to light this bad boy up. Okay, I will turn the lights off in a second once I've got everything lit for maximum effect. And I'll maybe bring you guys closer too. Hold on. She's all lit up. Top is on. Can you see her in there? You kind of can. She's looking cool. Hold on. Okay, let me turn the lights off. Oh! Hold on. Here. Let me... A little sensor light keeps on flipping on. But let me see if I can bring you any closer. She's beautiful. Look at her. Oh my gosh. She is so cool looking. I love it. Ah. Oh, I'm so pleased. Okay, I'm so pleased. This is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Whoops, sorry. My hand's in the way. I'm bad at this. This is why I don't do vlogs or whatever. Okay, so thank you all so much. The light may come back on in a second. I'm sorry if my hand's in the way. Thank you all so much for joining me on this little pumpkin carving adventure. I appreciate having you guys along for the trip. Please, 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 in the comment section down below, leave me your Halloween costumes, what you have dressed up as, either in the past or right now, what you're dressing up as. And then, of course, as well, oh, there's the light. This hamper's running over. And, of course, leave me a comment letting me know what you thought of my Halloween costumes, what pumpkins you've carved in the past, and all those wonderful things. That is it for this video. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful Halloween if you celebrate. If not, hope you had a wonderful day. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!